So Dimps has been doing some serious upgrading to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, my boys. Through these last few DLCs, there have been 3 things that I've taken note of in terms of being upgraded that I really want to talk about with you guys in this video today. Because it's always a good thing when a game that you've played and loved and enjoyed for so long starts to get better quality content. Like, that will never be a bad thing. And Xenoverse 2 is definitely doing that for us in 3 different categories. There are 3 different things that I've taken notice of that they seem to be trying to upgrade without a doubt on this game. And the first and most noticeable one that you probably see talked about through the community is the story mode. The story mode cutscenes, guys, are literally on a whole nother level. It's almost like a new universe in terms of what we had in the beginning of Xenoverse 2 and what we are getting now with these cutscenes. I mean, my goodness, these cutscenes are on a whole new level. They are so beautiful to look at and watch. The CGI ones I'm talking about, not the ones that are like in-game with the dialogue boxes. The CGI cutscenes, though, are just so beautiful to watch, and they've been consistently getting somewhat better in these last few DLCs, and then DLC 16 just took it to a whole nother place where I was like, damn, this is just beautiful. So the story mode and the cutscenes, the CGI cutscenes, are definitely on a whole new level from what they were in prior DLCs and before in the beginning of Xenoverse 2. So that's definitely been something they have been upgrading within, I would probably say, from like DLC 11 till now. Like, whenever the few DLCs started, the story mode cutscenes just started progressively getting better and better and better. So that's one thing, like I said, without a doubt, that definitely has had major upgrades to it. Another thing that I've taken notice of that they're doing more and more of, guys, is animated skills on this game. We're getting more and more animated ults on Xenoverse 2, which really was a very rare thing in the past. Like, so rare to the point that when this game first came out, if you were an OG of Xenoverse 2, you should remember a lot of people talking about Dragon Fist needing a nerf in terms of not letting you use your evasive while the skill is actually hitting. Like, after that kick hit, you could not use your evasive, and Dimps messed around with that quite a bit to where they made it where you could use your evasive, or you could use it at a certain point. Like, they changed that skill around a lot in the early phases of Xenoverse 2 because people complained about the fact that once that kick hit, even if you got your stamina back during a stamina break, you could not get out of Dragon Fist. Well, we're getting a lot more skills like that now, to the point where nobody is even complaining about that anymore. Like, I haven't seen a complaint at all about these animated skills, and that's because they're becoming more and more normal on this game. Like, these animated skills we're seeing more and more, to the point where now in DLC 16, the 2 main characters in Power Awakening Piccolo and Beast Gohan both have one. And actually, not Power Awakening, I meant Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. But actually, Power Awakening Piccolo also has one with his evil explosion. So we're getting more and more and more of these animated type of ultimates, which are just really cool to look at. And it's something I've always talked about in Xenoverse 2. Like, one of the downfalls of the Xenoverse series, in my opinion, was how there was just a major lack of like animation and like scenes that were like hyped within the fight. Like, something that Storm 4, for example, does very, very well. The animations of the ultimates and some of the cutscenes that you get when you have like a special ult activator or something like that, like the team ults, the cutscenes and animations are on they're just so godly. Like, they're some of the best I've ever seen in anime gaming, right? And that was always one thing that Xenoverse 2 did lack. But it seems they're trying to get more and more animated with these ultimates through these last couple DLCs. And honestly, I would say DLC 9, when Blue Evolution Vegeta came in, was, I think, the first example of another animated ult in. But now we're starting to see them more and more and more with these last couple of DLCs. So that's another thing that they've really been doing and really upgrading, in my opinion, at the very least. And Meteor Explosion, that is something I wanted to mention, because Meteor Explosion was just like a jaw-dropping moment when I first saw that skill in Xenoverse 2. That was a truly, and I mean truly, animated ult, right? So we have those 2 things in the story mode and the new animated skills, or more animated skills, being brought into this game. But then we also have the raids that are getting upgraded as well, which is a great sign, because what is the most common form of content / event that we get on Xenoverse 2? it would be raids. Raids we get literally almost every week. There is a raid going on in this game. But at the same time, the raids were getting fairly stale. Like, it was just the same raids over and over and over again, the same rewards, things like that. But now it seems they are really trying to implement some new kind of raids on this game, guys. And I'm not just talking about what we just got with this new event celebration, because this new event celebration did implement a new style of raid with this Cybermen one, where you're trying to get off as many kills as possible. And let me be honest, I like this style of raid because it makes me feel a lot more engaged with what I'm actually trying to do. It makes me want to try and set personal best for myself each and every single time I go in there. Like, every time I play this raid, I'm trying to get more kills than I did last time, or trying to get more kills than whatever my highest in that raid was at that moment. So I really like that aspect. Like I said, not only do I feel more engaged because you're constantly doing something as opposed to just spamming the same move like you would in a raid, but also you're trying to set records each and every single time, when in a raid you really just weren't paying much attention. Besides when the enemy would use an ultimate, you would step vanish a little bit, but besides that, you were just spamming ults or spamming bending kamehamehas, things like that, without really paying much attention to it. But this again, this new style I really do like, because I just feel way more engaged with it, trying to find Cybermen. Like, every time I kill one, where's the next Cyberman at? Gotta get another one, gotta get another kill real quick, right? I just really like that aspect. But it's not the only new type of raid that we have seen. We've also seen Awoken raids. I believe Awoken raids were only added like 2 or 3 DLCs ago or something like that. They were not added in to Xenoverse 2 that long ago, and we've already seen another new style of raid with this Cybermen one that we have going on right now. So they went from literally not giving us a new style of raid for like at least 11 to 12 DLCs, I would say, and then they added in those Awoken raids, and now we're already getting a new style of raid, which is more of like a, I don't know, the thing that it reminds me of most is like a survival mode, but it's not necessarily a survival mode because, well, it's fairly hard to die. Like, if you die in this raid, I really don't know what to say, because again, it's fairly hard. These Cybermen don't do much damage. But it's similar to the survival mode in the sense that you're trying to get as many KOs as possible. That's why I say it's somewhat like it, because again, you're trying to get as many KOs as you possibly can in this style of raid, which, like I said before, I really actually do enjoy, and it keeps me overall more engaged with the raid at the same time. So again, like I said, for us to not see a new kind of raid for literally like 4 to 5 years, and then in the last 2 years we've already seen 2 different kinds being added to this game, that is something that I truly take note of and truly appreciate from Dimps, without a doubt, because it shows that they are trying to do new things still for this game, even though it is 6.5 years old, which again, like I said, I truly appreciate, because I've always said, if you guys are going to keep adding stuff into the game, well, actually care about the game at the same time. And it does seem like Dimps is actually doing that, because again, the story mode cutscenes are literally night and day from what they were in the beginning of Xenoverse 2 to what they are now. You got these skills that are getting major upgrades and being animated. A lot of them now, with what we see in DLC with the ultimates, a lot of them are getting a animated type of ultimate, which is really damn cool to see on Xenoverse 2, because like I said before, that was something that I always thought was a missed opportunity from Dimps with the Xenoverse series. Like, there's so many cool ultimates in the Dragon Ball world. If they actually took some time to animate them somewhat, it would make for some really dope skills, and it definitely has. I mean, Special Beast Cannon is dope, Apocalyptic Burst is dope, Meteor Explosion is just, I mean, come on, Meteor Explosion, like I said before, one of the coolest skills I've ever seen on this game, if not the coolest skill I've ever seen on Xenoverse 2. So really liking that aspect as well. And then the raid upgrades, I just truly appreciate again, and that to me, more than anything else, shows that they are really trying for the community, because again, like I said before, raids are the most common type of event and content that we have on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So overall, man, I just really wanted to talk about these things and show some appreciation to Dimps, because we do hate on Dimps a lot when they don't do things right, like when a skill is not working properly, or something is just busted, or, you know, anything that goes wrong with Xenoverse 2, we do give them hate without a doubt. We're not necessarily hate, but we do talk about these subjects. So I wanted to also talk about the good things that they have been doing, because these 3 things that I went over in this video have definitely been a good sign for me personally from dimps, that they actually do care about the community in some way, shape, or form. But let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. What are your thoughts on the things that I mentioned and how they have been upgraded? And what do you think these upgrades actually mean? Do you think that they mean and show that dimps actually cares about us? Or do you think that there is some other meaning behind this that I personally can't have one come to mind at this moment while I'm recording? So again, let me know your thoughts and where you stand down below in the comments. But till next time, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope you have a good one. Hey, y'all.